You ever have one of those mornings where a simple glass of orange juice almost changes everything? Yeah, that happened to David, the guy in this story. He's just about to take a sip, and out of nowhere, this quiet little voice 9-year-old Lily, who's been through way too much, whispers, "Don't drink that. It's not just juice." David freezes, the glass inches from his lips. He looks at Lily, eyes wide, trying to keep it light. "What do you mean?" But Lily's not smiling. She stands there, hoodie pulled tight, eyes sharp like she's seen things no kid should, and says, "It smells like that stuff they gave me back at the center, the stuff that made us forget." That line cuts through the cozy kitchen, the morning sun spilling in, the smell of toast and cinnamon lingering like a siren in the calm. David sets the glass down slowly, feeling a chill creep up despite the warmth around him. His fiancée, Rachel, is humming in the background, arranging fruit, heels clicking softly on the marble floor. "Rachel made it," he says, half to himself. Lily just nods like she already knew. That glass. It looked innocent, beads of condensation rolling down, just like every other glass she'd poured him over the past 6 months. But now, thanks to one small voice, it felt like a warning. "You've got quite the imagination," he laughs, brushing her hair back. She doesn't flinch, doesn't smile. "Maybe don't drink it." "Not yet," she says softly, and walks away. The quiet click of the door echoes in the room, leaving David alone with the juice and his racing mind. He doesn't drink it. He pours it down the sink. That night, David stands by his office window, staring into the dark. Rachel's long gone to bed, the house quiet, but his head is loud. That effortless smile she wore earlier, too easy, too perfect. Lily's words keep echoing, and he wonders if he's been missing something all along. Let me back up a sec. Lily isn't just some kid. 6 weeks ago, David met her through a tech outreach program. She'd flagged a security hole in his company's firewall, sitting in a group foster home, teaching herself to hack on a secondhand tablet. David was intrigued, moved by her smarts and quiet resilience. He brought her home not quite like a father, not quite a mentor, but something in between. She sees everything, notices the smallest details, and now she's warning him. David digs into the security logs. Everything's too clean, too perfect. Then he spots a strange device, pulsing quietly near the second floor hallway, something not on any list, unregistered. His pulse quickens. He almost calls his IT guy, but then he remembers Lily's face, the steady gaze, the quiet warning. Maybe someone else has been paying attention too, and he hasn't. Next morning, Lily's in the kitchen, stirring oatmeal quietly. "I didn't drink it," he says softly. She pauses, then nods. "Show me how you knew," he asks. Outside, the sun rises over the hills, but inside, a shift is happening, not just in power, but in trust. Trust, David realizes, sometimes comes from a whisper, not a firewall. Later, as the house moves on like nothing changed, David watches Lily sketching silently, ever alert. When he asks if she always notices everything, she murmurs, "It's how I know if I'm safe." That hits him deep. She tells him about quiet time back at the group home, juice that made kids sleepy, memories they had to hide. David pulls out a worn scrap of paper he found hidden behind a photo frame. Lily recognizes the faded code binary, a MAC address for a device not his. "Someone dropped it or forgot it," she says. That's when Margot, the housekeeper, steps in, elegant, efficient, with decades of watching over the place. She mentions seeing Rachel in the study early one morning, looking startled when caught. A small detail sticks. Rachel was searching for a magazine that David usually leaves by his nightstand, not the office. Lily quietly says, "I think she's been spying on you." David rubs his jaw. "For who?" Lily shrugs. "I don't know. Margot knows the house better than anyone." David asks for help. "Search every inch. Look for anything out of place." Margot agrees. Lily offers to help. David hesitates, then nods. The house sweep begins. David checks network logs. Lily scans for rogue signals. Margot uses her sharp memory of every object to spot the new and unusual. And then Lily finds a faint buzz in Rachel's favorite guest room. Beneath a decorative vase, a tiny black bug, no bigger than a watch battery. David's blood runs cold. "How did I miss this?" he whispers. "Because you trusted her," Lily says. By nightfall, they find 3 bugs all planted where Rachel has touched recently. She knew his schedule, showed up with coffee just when he was stressed, always offering to organize his files. She was good, Margot says softly. Too good, Lily agrees. But David knows proof is what matters, proof strong enough to hold up in court. Margot sets up cameras, motion sensors, even a hidden lens in the vase, turning Rachel's own tricks against her. That night, Lily rechecks signals again and again. David sits on the edge of her bed, telling her she shouldn't carry so much, just a kid. She shrugs. "I was 7 when I started noticing people lie. It's not so heavy now." She trusts facts more than people, but she trusts him too. The next evening, Rachel announces a late yoga class, brushing her lips to David's cheek. "Don't wait up." Minutes after she leaves, Lily spots activity 2 signals, one pulsing, one active, listening in. David nods. Good to know. Later, David calls his business partner, Mark, longtime friend and co-founder, warning of leaks. Mark arrives with his usual charm. They discuss a decoy plan, fake files embedded with tracers, letting the betrayers think they're ahead while David's team watches every move. 2 days of careful preparation, then comes the trap. Rachel arrives at dinner, poised, cool, greeting David with a kiss that doesn't linger. Mark shows up, bottle of wine in hand. Dinner unfolds in a glass-walled atrium, the sunset painting amber streaks across the pines. Conversation flows light, but every word is a move in their silent game. Finally, David drops the bombs, fast-tracking the new encryption protocol, and asks the FBI to audit their systems. Rachel's fingers tighten around her wine glass. Mark's smile falters. Lily watches the subtle panic rising. Rachel wants a private word. David refuses, leads them into the study, plays videos, Rachel uploading files, Mark inserting USB drives, all time-stamped, crystal clear. David's voice cracks as he says, "I trusted you both. You use my home, my life, as your playground." Rachel's mask drops. Agents burst in, cuffing her and Mark, charging them with conspiracy, fraud, cybercrime. Neither resists. Lily stands firm by David's side, meeting Rachel's furious gaze. "You should have been more careful where you put your microphones." That night, David pours himself a glass of untouched juice, smiles quietly. The house breathes easier, no more Rachel's heels clicking, no more lies. Lily cooks breakfast with Margot, trying to bring normalcy back. Margot tells Lily, "You did something big." Lily shrugs, "I just told the truth." Upstairs, David gets a call. Special Agent Jensen confirms Rachel and Mark's arrest and reveals a financial trail funneling millions through shell companies linked to David's foundation. We're someone on the board signed off on these transfers. Without Lily's warning, none of this would have come to light. David sinks into his chair, opening an old photo of his late wife and daughter, a past he's never faced. Lily enters, sits across quietly. David tells her, "You never owed me anything." She replies, "I just told the truth." She confesses Rachel tried bribing her to stay quiet. She refused but saw disturbing footage. David asleep, private moments caught on camera. Hidden drives confirm the extent of spying. David nods, "Then we burn it all down. Together." Late that evening, they plug in a backup drive, finding videos not just of David, but board members, officials, all caught in Rachel's web. David closes the laptop slowly, face unreadable. "She was preparing for war," he says. "And you were the weapon." Lily nods, "Not anymore." In days that follow, David cleans house, resigning boards, firing executives, rebuilding with stone, not glass. Lily enrolls in school, tutors assigned. Her voice finally matters. One evening on the patio, Lily asks, "Do you think people can change?" David replies, "I think people can choose." She smiles, the first real peace in years. But the story's not over. At the next board meeting, David confronts longtime advisors Evelyn and Harold with proof of complicity, laundering millions. The room freezes as Rachel's voice exposes their schemes. Both are ousted, facing criminal charges. David demands honesty. Anyone hiding must come clean. Silence answers. Later, Lily and David visit small schools forgotten by big money, listening, learning, reconnecting with real communities. A boy in Mississippi asks, "Are you really the man on TV?" David kneels. "Yeah, I'm here." The boy smiles. "You came all the way here?" Nobody ever does. Back at the estate, a new threat emerges. Lucy, a quiet woman on the Foundation's advisory board, feeding Rachel intel. David seeks her out, finding a woman torn between family loyalty and betrayal. Lucy confesses but agrees to go public, risking everything. Her press conference is Ronno glam, no pretense. She admits her faults, desperation, and Rachel's manipulation. Lily quietly applauds courage. The story explodes debates, praise, scrutiny. But the battle is ongoing. A photo arrives Rachel with a shadowy figure, Garrett, a former NSA operative gone dark. Rachel isn't alone. The game has escalated. Security tightens around Lily. She uncovers Rachel played 5 steps ahead. The final act unfolds at a secret server farm, where Rachel's digital vault could destroy reputations. Agents move in silently, confronting Rachel, who greets Lily with a cold smile, mocking sentimentality. David steps forward. Rachel underestimated loyalty. Rachel boasts of backups, overseas untouchable. Lily counters, revealing the insurance drive, exposing Rachel's entire operation. The floor vibrates. Backup generators kick in. Rachel smiles. "I'm not alone." Agents tackle her, cuffing her as Lily watches. Back in command, Lily uploads the evidence securely. David thanks her. "Because of you." Headlines scream, "Whistleblower teen exposes billion-dollar blackmail. CEO's fiancée arrested." At the next Foundation meeting, David vows to rebuild honestly, focusing on children, communities, futures. Lily sits beside him, proud. One evening, watching kids play, Lily admits she still hears Rachel's Voicean echo fading. David smiles. "You matter more than you know." Lily picks a daisy, tucks it in her notebook. "Justice isn't always loud," she says softly. "Sometimes it's just a whisper someone finally listens to." So what do you think? Is this about redemption or a warning that trust is the most dangerous game? Drop your thoughts below, because sometimes the real story isn't just in what's said, but in who chooses to listen.